go down to the Red River and sail.
Erving Goffman has been called the most influential sociologist of the 20th century. He was born in Manville, Alberta in 1922, went to high school in Winnipeg, and took his first years of undergraduate study at U of M. Now Manville, Alberta, with its mostly rural population in the early 20th century, barely reaching into the hundreds, was the place where in 1907 McLuhan's grandfather James McLuhan came west to homestead with his family, including McLuhan's father Herbert.
The point is, we've had a Marxist rumor, and we've had a Freudian rumor. I mean, we've had people who are conversant with Marx without ever having read Marx, and people who really understand the whole Freudian thing without having read Freud. And I think that McLuhan's contribution is that. That is, McLuhan is the best describer of the environment, I think, that we have in the 20th century.
McLuhan, born in Edmonton in 1911, may well have been conceived in Manville before his parents, newly married, moved to the provincial capital in late 1910. The chances of two such influential scholars, along with a future Lord Mayor of London, being associated in the same decade with a remote unincorporated hamlet on the prairies are slim to vanishing. That both McLuhan and Goffman should then have gone from there to high school and university in Winnipeg is, of course, even more unlikely.
Bow wow, and points at a dog. That may or may not be grammar, but it wouldn't know how to make a grammatical error. The stupid people will always get angry at you.
And you think the more the better?
The more the better. That is, you let them come out in the open.
But you think really there's that many dumb people?
I think there are very, very, very few intelligent people. I mean, very few, maybe a couple of dozen. If that, that's an awful lot of people.
What, in the world?
In the world, yes.
But
That's an awful lot of people. Now,
I mean, there's more than that in
most
your
people are just
seminar.
most people are just little consumers. They're going along for the ride. They're not going to do any thinking. They're not going to do any perceiving. How many people are going to actually do perceiving? Some of my best students are rivals of mine. People like Hugh Kenner and Walter Owen. They not only steal everything I have, but they try to make their own personal reputations by using my approaches to it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I think, a good sign.
It's okay, isn't it?
It's a good sign.
At least they're intelligent.
They are smart enough to use my stuff, yeah. But they become rivals. They don't become disciples. They become rivals.
And do you want disciples?
I don't know.
That's fine.
I'd rather have rivals.
It'd be better to have co-worker.
Yeah, that's very desirable. I've always been very fortunate in having at least a couple of people at any one time who are able to discuss problems at a pretty good level.
Which you bought, and then you used that, and you got something from it.
But what about the iron law of wages? Doesn't that relate to labor?
Oh, that is another.
It relates to labor.
Yeah, but it's a technical point, and you take an easy.
I know, but we've automatically plunged into it.
Except the iron law of wages, you showed why. Well, the iron law.
And then again, remember, probably nobody here has heard about the iron law of wages. So there's no point in banging to people as if everybody knows about the iron law of wages. Barry is an encyclopedist who has got tired of nearly everything he ever knew. And doesn't want to let you have it.
Well, the iron law of wages, the whole question of the iron law of wages is not a containment theory. Where if you treat all commodities alike and you exchange everything for everything else, then it doesn't matter where you enter in the system.
No, it's simply a natural factor. What I said about that natives cannot make grammatical errors is 100% true.
Okay.
Now, the fact that it upset them is good. I take that for granted. I want my readers to be upset all the time. This is a condition that I maintain in the classroom and that I maintain in my writing.
Okay.
I'm not trying to soothe anybody. I'm not trying to reassure them. I'm not trying to give them a conventional view of anything. And so I'm constantly striving to upset people. As a pedagogic technique, by the way. That is pedagogy.
It's stimulating.
Yeah, it's called dynamic teaching.
We live in one of the greatest artistic and literary worlds of all time. This is not, because most of the writers I'm speaking about are extremely difficult. People like James Joyce, who incidentally is having a premiere tonight. I'm surprised that so many of you are avoiding it. The Portrait of the Artist is having a premiere tonight at local movie theaters. But Joyce's Finnegan's Wake is one of the great world performances using all of the languages of the world simultaneously. And we live in such a great age. The Elizabethans lived in a chaotic, crazy world. The 5th century Athenians lived in a mad, decaying and collapsing society, which led quickly to Greek tragedy, which is an account of their own misery. But the alphabet destroyed Greek society in 100 years. It was gone. The alphabet is a very destructive, fragmenting force, which the Greeks certainly did not survive. The Romans took them over in time to save something. Let's preserve it for us. Okay, but the effect of the alphabet on the Greeks was violent. And they gave us great institutions resulting from that misery that they went through. But they became so intensely individualistic and competitive that they destroyed themselves very quickly. The alphabet drives people toward extreme forms of egomania and competitiveness. But that is only by people who take it seriously. There are very, very few people who are serious about letters or about alphabetic.
I'm glad I got to hear it. It was on Spinoza.